everyone, this is Back Garden Reads, or rather it's actually afternoon right now. This is Kieran Stocks. Uh, by one of the previous videos, you've noticed by now that I'm doing this like in front of camera. I figured I might as well. But what I really want to talk about today is journaling. You see a lot of videos about journaling, you hear a lot of things about journaling and everything like that. I know for myself that for a while I would see all these things and I'd be like, yeah, that can't be that great, right? And so I still kept on hearing it and kept on hearing it. And then eventually, about earlier this year, I think about March, I started doing a journal that I keep with me when I go for my morning walks around the mountain in the nearby area where I live. It's a pretty quick walk. It's about 1.5 hours, and it's a beautiful place. It's got two little areas where around the bend of the mountain where you can just hear only the nature around you, and it's beautiful. And I think I'll actually record a little bit of footage of that for the purpose of this video, just to show you. When I started journaling in March, it was a hiking journal. This is it. Got it pretty cheap in Walmart. I don't know how much, but I know it was pretty cheap. I just brought the journal with me, and then I just started writing out things, like, journaling. For instance, like just my thoughts, ideas. I even did little pictures and little haikus. The haikus you can see that I told you about with my Substack. One thing I really loved about the whole process of journaling, because when I started, it felt good to get my thoughts down, and I thought I could it's like I could more clearly understand what I was trying to say and what I do, and like when I read back through the things, I have a clearer perspective on my thoughts, my ideas, hopes, dreams, fears, and all that. I can say that confidently because almost 3 months now. Some entries I completely missed out. Some days I didn't actually go on my hiking walk because I just was not feeling it that day. Other than those few days, I still went as much as I could, and on that walk, I would write things down, write a little bit of observation of what I was seeing in nature, and I began to notice things as well that I didn't really notice before when I was doing my walks. For instance, there was this strange flower that I kind of drew and colored in here. Sorry for the quality of illustration. I'm not that great, but it was a strange little bundles of little tiny flowers, as you can see there, with around a plant, and it was like a bush, and it was on top of the mountain that I was going on, right? And I didn't notice that before, but when I did notice it, I thought it was very strange, and so I just wanted to draw that and put it to paper, and I even wrote myself a haiku for that. Not for the flower itself, but like on the day I was doing it. The next day I did another haiku, but I didn't draw anything because, well, it was raining, and so I just put down my thoughts instead of like what I was thinking, how I felt at the time, my general thoughts, and I just kept on doing that as much as I could every day I went for a walk. And as I understand as I begin to understand my thought process a lot more, I feel like I'm refining who I am. And I think that's the ultimate strength of journaling that I think a lot of people, that I think most people should try and give a try. Because again, I just feel like I'm actually getting things, like sorting out what's in my head, because I know that, especially in the modern day, it's very hard to kind of keep track of what you're thinking because there's just so much going on. I wish it wasn't the case that there was so much things trying to grab your attention all the time, but it is. I mean, it's kind of designed for that, like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all that, right? It's designed to kind of capture your attention for as long as possible. You can be bombarded with so many different ideas, thoughts, and information that you just don't know how to process it all. And just as a means of processing things, to put things down, to make sure that, hey, this is what I've actually thought, to organize a little bit of the chaos. It really helped me, and I really hope it helps anyone else who would even bother to watch this video. Another thing that I found while on my little hike was like the strangeness of a green butterfly. I've never seen a green butterfly before, and it was a really small one. It had this kind of brownish marking on it. And in relation to that, and like when I saw it like land on one of these really small kind of leafy plants, kind of almost fern-like, I saw that it seemed like to blend in, like the little brown spot on it was to break up the green so it looked like the wings appeared more like leaves. And I thought that was very interesting. It was a very small butterfly, and I'm still trying to figure out what kind of butterfly it is. Ultimately, doing this, bringing a journal with me, is to help me be more observant of the world around me, and to actually pay attention and slow down. And I think that's another reason that is lacking. Everyone's going a mile a minute, and when everyone's going so fast, life can speed you through without you realizing it, and it can feel so overwhelming. You can be trapped, and a lot of people, I think, are a bit paralyzed because it's like the fear of missing out, or FOMO. That's a very shit thing to happen, but it happens. And I think this is a great way to slow yourself down, is to kind of journal, right? But also just having a nice little walk in nature. But when you do a walk through nature, try to do it with as little distraction as. Hey, don't bring music with you. Don't bring like your phone. Well, maybe you might need to bring your phone for emergency purposes, but don't bring it to kind of distract you while you're on the trail. Because while you're on the trail, you can encounter little bits of profound moments of just silence and contemplation. It allows you to think and understand who you are, and in that way, pairing it with a journal is actually perfect. I think I'll leave it there, and I hope you liked my new little intro. I think I'm gonna edit a little bit more of my videos, like intersect things into there to make it a bit more interesting. But yeah, and goodbye.